Ajit grew up in the land of the Rajputs, the warriors of Rajasthan. For centuries, the Rajputs fought alone against all comers. Their courage was unequalled, except by that of their mount, the Marwari horse. It's one of the oldest breeds of horses in the world. Had it not been for the passion of a few horse breeders, these Indian thoroughbreds might have well disappeared 30 years ago. According to the legend, the horses of Rajasthan were born of the vast ocean. As for the men, incredible proud horsemen, they are the sons of the moon, fire, and the sun.
There are no words to describe this. There is energy all around us, and at the same time, it is very, very peaceful. There is peace everywhere, and nothing else. I feel happy here, with my most loyal and best friend, my horse. There is everything we need here. I go out riding every morning, and even sometimes in the evening. These are the best moments of my life. I am enjoying this so much.
I'm enjoying this.
I enjoy reading ancient books, as long as they have anything to do with horses. They are fascinating, and I try to apply that knowledge to my own activity. For instance, how to choose and buy a good horse, what their habits are, how to tame and train them. These old books are filled with excellent teachings, written by famous horsemen from the old days, and their knowledge is still useful today. Horses are at the very core of our existence here.
The blood of the Rajputs has been intimately linked to Rajasthan's history for over 1,000 years. In Sanskrit, the name of this warrior caste means sons of kings. When they were not driving back the Muslim invaders, these horsemen were combating the Mughal armies, the descendants of Genghis Khan. And when they were not at war, the Rajputs were engaged in fratricidal feuds. Since ancestral times, they had been raising armies of horsemen, fearsome warriors serving the lords of India. Nobility of soul, a code of honor, and chivalrous pride define the character of the Rajputs. In Rajasthan, the men and their horses have left their mark on history and bear witness to their illustrious exploits in war. Ajit is a worthy heir of this prestigious tradition.
These ancient warriors were famous for their bravery. What would happen in those royal families when they waged war was that when one of them died on the battlefield, most of the kings had tombstones built in their memory. The kings would erect these monuments, these cenotaphs, in commemoration.
On lake and riversides, all over, one can observe these cenotaphs, impressive tombs of the Rajput warriors. Certain were erected in honor of the warriors' wives, who committed sati by immolating themselves on their husband's funeral pyre.
Sometimes when I have time and feel the need to find my inner calm, I come here with my horse. I guess I come here more or less twice a month. To see these warriors and their horses fills me with happiness. I come here to renew my energy, so it really does me good. I feel very, very happy here.
The horse is considered a god in Indian mythology. It is superior to all men. The Marwari is a war horse, spirited, resistant, tough, and dependable. Legend has it that the gods fought over this horse. Perhaps the horseman's eternal kingdom looks something like these semi-desert plains of Rajasthan. This is where Ajit lives. His ancestors settled in this dry riverbed more than 200 years ago. In Ajit's family, the men have been horsemen and breeders of thoroughbred Marwaris for 8 generations.
As you know, I was an assistant professor at the Udaipur University. There I got a PhD in Hindi literature. Unfortunately, in 2003, my father died in a car accident. At that point, I had a choice to make between 2 paths. The first one would lead me far away from horses, and the other one far from my previous life working with horses. I decided to choose the path with the horses. It was the most difficult path, and it still is a hard one, because we have lots and lots of problems. But then again, we are very proud of our trade. We are simply happy. Our ancestors from the previous generations must be happy with this choice as well, somewhere up there, because we still own horses, and we still work with them.
It is an unchanging ritual. Every morning, Ajit comes to say hello to his horses. He considers them his children and spends all his time on them.
Ears are very important.
The ears are very important for the Marwari breed. They're curved inward and round. One can say curly ears or rounded ears. There's an old legend, a very, very old legend about that. There was a Rajput warrior. He was praying to the goddess Durga. The goddess was happy with the warrior and asked him what his fondest wish was. Because the warrior was crazy about his horse, he answered, "I would like my horse to have something special. In particular, My horse's ears are not beautiful enough. I don't like his ears. So Durga asked her worshipper how he would like the ears to be. The warrior responded, I would like his ears to be like my mustache, curled up into a point. Durga granted his wish, and ever since, all the Marwari horses have ears like this. As you can see, the goddess did a wonderful job.
Ajit and his horses are getting ready for a long voyage. Before each departure, he asks his mother for her protection.
My mother's heart is fragile and worried for her son. May he return safe and sound. I give him my blessing. I tell him to hurry back, and I tell him, be careful, my son.
To support his horse farm and develop his business, Ajit organizes mounted processions and parades for weddings and the major religious celebrations. Every year, he and his horses cover thousands of kilometers through India and Rajasthan. Winter is the busy season for marriages and a variety of ceremonies. Ajit and his horses have just a few months to parade before the public. He does about 100 events a year.
This ceremony you are witnessing is part of the Jain religion. They had an old temple that they just finished restoring. And today they are celebrating its inauguration. This celebration is going to last 14 days.
Now the Marwari horses are little by little recovering the place they formerly held in Indian society. In the exuberance of these traditional festivals, Ajit's horses mingle with the gaily colored dancers. At the end of the colonial period, the Marwari breed was on the threshold of extinction. The English had transformed this horse, the messenger of God, into a common beast of burden. In Rajasthan, this horse is an object of worship. They say that this Indian thoroughbred is the fruit of the union between a black stallion of the desert and a beautiful blonde-coated mare. In upper-class marriages, it is the custom for the groom to go meet his bride riding a white horse, the symbol of purity. The Marwari also embodies India's romantic spirit. The origin of the Marwari horse is lost in the mists of Rajasthan and its ancestral legends. Thanks to the work begun by his father, Ajit is now one of India's most ardent defenders of this horse.
The Marwari breed used to be very common, but starting in 1910 and until 1940, they went through a very hard time. When the English were in charge of India, they tried to wipe the Marwari out. They wanted the royal families to give up the breeding of the Marwaris because they wanted to force us into taking on the Occidental way of life. During those difficult years, the herds of Marwari horses were in severe decline. And now there are very few left. But we are trying our best to save the breed.
Without the determination of a few horsemen, the last 500 specimens of Marwari horses would have gone the way of the dinosaurs. By perpetuating the race, Ajeet has become a militant defender of the Rajputs' chivalrous past.